Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 449 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, and even if you are, I hope you know that I am always sending you love. So this week has been a doozy for me and my husband, Eric. We've had a little bit of a health scare. It's nothing we can't fix, but with Eric being a pilot, it's kind of a big deal. So during his routine medical that he has to do every 6 months or so, the doctor found he's in AFib, meaning he has an irregular heartbeat. He's a very healthy guy though. So I know everything's going to be fine, but it's scary nonetheless. And we kept it quiet for a few days so that we could process it. And during those few days, of course, we have to go about our normal things that we do, and nobody knew what we were going through but my little sister. And so from the outside, everything looks fine. But on the inside, it was rough going. We were talking about it yesterday, my husband and I, that we've had very good friends that are pilots that have gone through the same thing. He said, when it happens to someone else, you think, oh no, we're so sorry, and you send them love and then you move forward, right? But when it happens to you, it's like the world stops for a minute, but it doesn't stop. That's the thing. Life keeps going. And that really got me thinking. Not that we all don't already know this. You probably do. But man, you never know what people are going through. Now, sometimes there's a death in the family or friendship, and there's no hiding that. So everyone knows that you're going through a hard time. There's no hiding something like that. But sometimes things happen and nobody knows. And there may be a good reason that nobody knows. We don't have to air all our dirty laundry. Some things are best handled privately. But those things are really hard on people because they're going through tough times. They still have to keep going and doing their normal things. Life does continue to go on. When you're privately handling hard stuff, it may seem that no one cares, but that isn't true. They just don't know, right? Every person you meet is probably dealing with something, and you have no idea. It might be small, like their car broke down and they're having to figure out another way, or their kid got in a fight at school. A lot of times people deal with those things privately and no one knows. But it could also be massive, like they just found out someone's been unfaithful and they're in crisis mode now, or they just got a diagnosis that they're not telling anyone about, but it isn't good. People are walking around every day with things that they're dealing with that no one knows about. But life keeps moving forward. And if we're smart, we keep up our good habits. We continue to work out. So we still go to the gym. We continue to eat healthy, which means we still have to go to the grocery store, which also means we're going to run into other people. I mean, you're still going to run into that funny guy in the gym who's going to make a silly joke and you're not in the mood to laugh, but you try. You're still going to run into that friend who's going through something too, and they're telling your story and you're listening the best you can, knowing at the moment you don't have a lot to give, but you try. You're going to get phone calls that you don't pick up because you just can't, or texts that you forget to text back because you got a call from the doctor or you're having a fight with your husband. You feel me here? I know we can all relate because no one is immune to life, and you wouldn't want to be. These challenges, they give us opportunities to grow. But that's not really the point of this episode. The point I want to make is this. That guy, the silly one at the gym, he may have noticed you didn't really laugh at his joke. And your friend, the one telling you their drama from last night, they may have noticed you were only half listening. And that person whose call you missed or the person whose text you didn't respond to, those people, they could all be you too. You may be the person who's talking to the person who's privately going through something really hard and not know it. You may be the one calling with no response or the one texting with no reply. Sometimes you're the one going through things, and sometimes you're the one on the other end. And sometimes you're both. So the ultimate point is never make it about you. I mean, we aren't going to always know when someone is going through something hard. Some people just aren't going to share. They handle things privately, and that's okay. But when we live in our own heads 100% of the time, we miss the clues that other people are struggling. And we go right to, so-and-so didn't call me back. Are they mad at me? Or we say, she doesn't care about me because she didn't text back. Or the silly guy at the gym could get offended that you didn't laugh at his joke. The friend that's going through something felt like you don't care because you weren't listening. We could be all those people too. But when we get out of our head, we realize that we aren't the only ones going through things. That person you're talking to or texting or calling, they're probably going through something too. And it may be small or it may be big, but you may never know. So don't take it personally. It isn't about you. When you're in your head, it's always about you. When you become a little more conscious, you realize nothing's about you and everything's about you. I hope you get that. My trainer Kevin said the other day, you can't see past your own nose right now. And at the time, it hurt a little bit. Usually the truth does hurt, right? But it was also what I needed to hear. He's pretty good about that. When you can't see past your own nose, you're only seeing your own problems. You're living in your head, and anything someone else does or says, you make it mean something about you. You are infinitely important, but you're also infinitely unimportant at the same time. It's not about you all the time, I promise. And look, sometimes you're going to be the one going through something that no one knows about. And then sometimes you're going to be the one that gets your feelings hurt because your phone call isn't returned, or you don't get a response from your text, or someone was short when you ran into them. When that happens, don't let the first thought be about you. In fact, no, it's not about you, and send them love. That's a nice first step to seeing past your own nose. I'm working on this with you, I promise. My challenge to you this week is to work right alongside me to see past your own nose. Anytime someone acts a little off or fails to text you back or doesn't answer when you call, don't take it personally. Send them love, because you never know who needs it. You truly never know. Share this with 3 people who have helped you in the past. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.